This is FinTech Futures at FinovateSpring, and I'm joined by Chris Cox of Apiture. Chris, how are you?
I'm good, Paul. How are you doing?
Excellent, very well, thank you, very well. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
It's been really good. It's a good show for us to see. Part of our mission is to help make sure that financial institutions in the U.S. market have access to innovation, and this is a really good place to see what kind of innovation is coming out of the market.
Excellent, sounds good. Just to get started then, let's give us a quick introduction to yourself and your role at Apiture.
Sure. So Chris Cox, I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Apiture. Apiture is a digital banking company, so we provide full service consumer business banking, digital account opening, data intelligence, and API banking solutions for banks and credit unions in the U.S. market.
Excellent. And you're here this week to talk about how financial institutions can take better advantage of their data.
That's right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the current state of the industry then when it comes to data strategies and the work that Apiture is doing in the field?
Sure. I think there's a lot of focus on financial institutions effectively using their data these days, and for good reason. So financial institutions, I don't think it's a stretch to say, know more about their customers than maybe any other business. And that's because financial activity touches every aspect of a person's life throughout their entire life. So there's a lot of data to be used, and there's a lot of focus in our industry making sure that financial institutions can leverage that data appropriately. And that's something we're really focused on at Apiture.
Excellent. And some of the larger financial institutions obviously have big teams full of data analysts. What can smaller institutions do to level that playing field?
Sure. So work with companies like Apiture. So one of our focuses is to make sure that financial institutions of all sizes, community and regional, have access to the tools they need to thrive in today's digital world. So as it relates to data, we recognize that many of our clients don't have the resources, technical and people-wise, to effectively use their data. So we offer services that they can use without having to build it all themselves. So specifically, we make sure that our clients can access all of the relevant data they need to drive business decisions, that they have the tools they need to create meaningful insights from that data, and then they can trigger relevant actions from those insights. And we provide all of that as part of a SaaS platform for them to use.
Excellent. So what are some of the key benefits then that community banks and credit unions can really see by making more out of their data?
Yeah, so we're really focused on helping financial institutions create mutually beneficial relationships with their customers. So another way to say that is creating relationships where the financial institution and the customer can help each other succeed. So the way that we do that is making sure that our clients who are financial institutions can use the data they have to understand what their customers' financial goals and objectives are, and then help meet those goals and objectives. So that's a big part of what we do with our data intelligence platform.
Excellent. And I guess from a consumer side, then what kind of benefits are they going to see from their banking experience?
Yeah, so as we talked about, it's about, the way that we look at relationships between the financial institution and the customer, right? They're trying to build mutually beneficial relationships, one where they need each other to succeed. So the customer wants to see, we kind of measure this on a spectrum, right? They want to see their relationship with their financial institution grow, where the financial institution is more than just an enabler of basic payment transactions or a provider of a checking account into a true trusted partner. So as the financial institution understands where the customer is in their life and offers them relevant advice and products and services, that creates a more valuable relationship with the financial institution.
Excellent. And for people who won't be able to make it this week, then what were some of the key takeaways from your speech then on making better use of data?
Sure. One, as I mentioned, financial institutions have a lot of data, and there's a real focus, and companies like Apiture are helping financial institutions effectively leverage that data to create mutually beneficial relationships with their customers. So that's one. Two, financial institutions want to see their customer relationships grow. Customers growing from just a user of basic banking services to a true loyal advocate for the brand, and a financial institution being there with data can help grow that relationship with their customer. And then three, I think importantly, as a financial institution, you don't have to build these capabilities yourself. So you can rely on companies like Apiture to provide the technical infrastructure and the data solutions that you need to effectively leverage your data.
Excellent. So what is Apiture doing that's unique in the field then at the moment, and what kind of traction are you seeing among companies?
So we're doing a number of things. So we provide best-in-class, award-winning consumer and business banking and a SaaS platform. So it's all true SaaS. which means for our customers that they're always on the latest release. So at Apiture, there's never this idea of you've got to catch up on a release before you can use a new feature, because our clients are all always on the latest release of our platform. We're focused on digital account opening, which is really important in the US market these days as financial institutions are in the search to find deposits. We're focused on data, as we've talked about. I think uniquely as it relates to data, we've created a platform that financial institutions can just use without having to set up a whole bunch of technical infrastructure or having to have data scientists and other experts on staff. And then we're also really focused on what we call API banking. And an offshoot of that is embedded banking, which for us is all about helping our clients extend their reach beyond their own digital domains into third-party digital domains so that they can create partnerships that attract new customers. So that's a big focus for us.
Excellent, excellent. And just to wrap things up then, is there anything else you can tell us about that you've got in the pipeline at the moment over at Apiture?
So so our job is to make sure that financial institutions in the US have access to the innovation that they need to thrive in today's digital world. So we are constantly and consistently bringing out new product services and features on our platform to make sure that our clients can succeed in the market.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it.